my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 5-card draw. What do I need read for this new moon, 2 full moon in September 2021? I am your reader, Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle production since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, now available on Kindle, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hey, my beautiful fixed air signs, my aqua lungs, my aquarium. So happy to be reading for you today. We're doing a 5-card draw. If you're new to the channel, that just means 1 card from 5 different decks. We're doing 4 oracles, 1 healing system, and I reserve these pretty much for the timed events, not the timeless readings, right? Specific timelines. This time we are looking at the new moon in Virgo on Monday, September 6th, 8:52 p.m. Eastern Time. I am in New York. And the waxing moon, this is a waxing moon read, to the full moon on Monday, the 20th of September. Now it's tricky because it goes void, of course. It's in Pisces, waxing right into the moment where it just about hits full moon, and then it goes void, of course. It did that again last time with Aquarius. So we should be used to it. It would make sense. It would do it twice in a row, math and whatnot. But it does go into Aries at 11:13 p.m. So 7:55 p.m. it goes full, and then it's void, of course, until 11:13 p.m. Eastern Time. And there was something else about this new moon. Oh, yeah, right. New moon in Virgo. New moon on Monday. Light your torch and wave it for my birthday, because I'm going to be 53 years old, September 6th. Yes, I know I don't look it. Thank you. Not today, at least. We'll see about tomorrow. The gods and the archangels have been good to me in this life. What can I tell you? So let's get up in this gig. It is a waxing moon read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The 5 decks we're using, aside from being consecrated to the different pantheons of the divine, to which I'm intricately interwoven in this life, apparently, they also represent the 5 magical elements: fire, earth, air, water, and spirit. I am a witch, so that elemental system is sort of, I don't want to say first language, but let's say my second language, so to speak. So we're going to look at the elements that you need to bring into alignment, right, to help you clarify the best things for you to cast for, intend for at the new moon, like planting a seed, and then boop, 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 waxing to the full, right? Plant and then harvest. Other than that, it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs to get more info about what we're about to look at, or maybe something else interconnected but different, right? Like one can be love, one can be money, one can be health. Just how it works, and that's why it's good to know your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Other than that, all the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box. Should you like to look at them, there are a lot of cool links down there. My Vimeo on demand stuff is on there. Links to my book, as well as a lovely little video I did about a month ago, I think, called Booking a Reading with Mal. If you want to book a reading with me, it's 13 minutes or so. I had a good time making it. It makes me laugh, so I hope you will enjoy it. And it just explains what goes on before, during, and after a reading, not just for me, but, you know, for the client, usually. Okay, other than that, both feet on the floor. If you can, focus on your breath, if you will. I would do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace, really the highest truth in alignment with the divine love that I possibly can for any sign, but particularly for my aquariums, because I'm hanging out with an Aquarian friend of mine this weekend for my birthday. By the way, happy Labor Day if you're in the United States. But it's going to be dark moon in Leo, building up to that new moon in Virgo. So just saying, you know, it could be a tricky weekend. Let's do this. Please take a nice deep breath. And someone wake up Simon Laban. It's my birthday on a new moon on Monday. Here we go. Your element of fire. We are going to work with the magical spell cards by Lucy Cavendish, and it's just a habit now. I've got to say her name that way. I love her. I love her work. I've never met her. I would love to someday. To represent, like I said, your element of fire, what you yearn for, what you burn for, your heart's desire. Let's take a nice deep breath, shall we? And let's get this reading going. As I call upon my ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism, please, one card in clarity to represent the element of fire, a little spell fragment for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs that they need to help focus what they yearn for, what they burn for, what their heart desires, their element of fire, this new to full September 2021. New beginnings. Can't beat that for a new moon. New beginnings. Aries got this as well. I write them down, right, in case you have other planetary things or are dealing with somebody's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Uranus. Let's keep Uranus out of this. New beginnings. Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. So to me, clearing space is really more of a waning moon thing, but I get what they're talking about. And there's no coincidence and synchronicity that this is the butterfly. I was literally outside watering my garden. I have fennel, the herb fennel growing, and it has 9 big fat monarch butterfly caterpillars on it. I'm like, I don't know if it's tarot, but I like it, right? So, you know, there are those stages of evolution. The egg, the caterpillar, the cocoon, right? It goes into the cocoon, and then the butterfly. So to clear space in your life might be something as simple as saying, all right, I want my new beginnings. We've been through enough. As one would think this past year and however months, a lot of letting go of the old, having to learn the new. So let the magic in this spell clear the space in which you dwell for new beginnings to arise. You know, so that you might want to check your the last I guess it's a 7-card shadow read. I did 7 or 8 card draw shadow read for the last full moon to this new moon in Virgo to see, you know, if there's anything else that needs kind of looking at, cleaning out, forgiving, alchemizing, that kind of stuff. Moving on. Your Element of Earth, The Crystal Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. Let's see what your element of earth here is to help you bring into physical form, right? To ground it, if you will, these new beginnings. Now, before I pull the card, whether you have the stone, right? Because there's a bunch of different crystals. Beryl! Her name was Beryl. You know, you don't have to have a beryl. You can certainly take what is the message in the oracle, as well as find a substitute stone. Oh, please go grab a rock in your yard. Whatever works. We're all one. But, you know, art. Breathe. Vibrational mineral art, as I call upon. Thank God she has a sense of humor. My beloved Archangel Ariel of the North, powers of Earth. Please, one card in clarity for my beloved Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, wanting those new beginnings. What's a stone that they can work with, right? To help them manifest that, even as just a touchstone, like a figure tied around their a string tied around their finger. Yeah, a finger tied around their string. That sounds good. That sounds like a trap. What do you got for them? Their element of earth with this element of fire, this new to full September. Amazonite. Not bad. Amazonite, if you want to go there. I've heard it said Amazonite for so many decades. It's just amazing. Oh, it's Amazonite. Definitely a feminine power stone, a goddess stone. I mean, it has the word Amazon in it. It's very themysciran, if you ask me. And I have a nice chunk of it upstairs in my bedroom. Oh, Amazonite, also known as artist's stone. Keywords: peace, serenity, spiritual connection, balance, perception, and creativity. That's a lot. That's a lot of keywords. Peace. All right, we can feel that. It's a very peaceful stone. Serenity. Serenity now. Spiritual connection, which can mean all sorts of different things. Balance, perception, and creativity. Let me read you what's in the bookie book. Your current confusion and frustration are a result of the emotional instability which has caused you to see things from an imbalanced perspective. Oh, okay. That's a little direct, Tony Carmine Salerno. This has all come about because you have allowed yourself to become physically, emotionally, and mentally drained. Now, I think of the Aquarian sun sign that I'm hanging out with most likely this weekend, because you're Aquarians. Who knows? I mean, it's like, oh, I have to save the world. I can't hang out. Yeah, I've heard it. But, you know, this person is, I love him. He's a great, good, dear friend over 30 years. But gets drained, right? Because it's just doing and serving and serving. And I can see that. Physically, emotionally, and mentally drained. The beautiful healing energies that radiate from this Amazonite crystal will help restore your balance, peace, and clarity. Let go of all concerns. Trust, with an exclamation point. All you desire will soon manifest, right? So these new beginnings, I get it. You're burnt, you're tired, you're crispy. Like, as much as I love toast, I like to see a little yellow in there. You know, my family loves, like, burnt cookies and stuff like that. I think it's a Sicilian thing. I don't know. Right? So you're burnt. You want these new beginnings. This is a good time to switch off and get away from it for a while. Spending time in nature will help. The more you let go of a desired outcome, the clearer things will seem, and the faster you will get what you want. All right, so these new beginnings that you want make total sense, right? The new beginnings that you want, but it is saying downtime, emotional balance. You are burnt out. Now, what they're giving me here is to remember, when we talk about the ego, it's not the enemy. It is a part of spirit. It's just the I don't want to say the lowest vibrational, but necessary for physical incarnation, right? Aquarians usually get this language. But when the nervous system in the physical body becomes drained, burnt out, inflamed, the ego takes on this really, really negative dark force called shadow, right? And it's because, particularly if you're an empath, you might just be clogged with what otherwise in the world we call stress. So this is very much a stress reduction stone, but let us not forget what an Amazon is. An Amazon is an intensely fierce, feminine, we're not necessarily talking female here, but feminine warrior, energy, hero. You know I'm Gal Gadot 24/7. Well, at least Wonder Woman. Yeah, you can't see up there. I used to have them all over the place. I got Wonder Woman stuff all over the house. Well, you know, when people know you're into something, you get lots of Wonder Woman stuff, right? So think of that. Themyscira forever, right? Think of that. Like, no, I need to go to Themyscira. I need to go to my paradise island. Even it's within myself, right? I haven't been to the beach yet this year. That's not true. I went earlier and it was cold. But I know there are sharks on Long Island now. Well, around Long Island, not literally. Candygram. But I would love to go swimming naked if I could get away with it in the Atlantic Ocean for like 5 minutes with somebody looking out for sharks. Although I'm a Pisces moon, I bet they'd leave me alone. Let's go. Element of air, the healing with the angels oracle, the thought part of this, right? To feed the fire, you need air. Please take a nice deep breath. And yes, this is your element, my Aquariums, as I call upon the angels and archangels of the East and the powers of air, the Raphaelites. Please send your clear light here and now. Who is the perfect, whom are the perfect healing angels for the Aquarian collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs to think about, to read about, to look into, to pray to talk to, some element of air they can fix their fixed air onto, to fuel the fire of this new beginning with that Amazonite, right? That perspective, that balance, that time out, that clarity, so that they can really heal and come into the emotional balance that they really need to find that calmness and that strength, this new to full. Signs everywhere. The signs. Now, I do not believe in coincidence. I think coincidence is the word that the ego and the personality use to explain things that they just can't see the larger picture of, and yet there seems to be some symbolic resonance, a sign, an omen, a portend. No, synchronicity, we're all one thing. The internal manifests the external, and remember, your interpretation of signs is just as important as whether you even see the sign. According to Carl Jung, they're everywhere. Synchronicities and signs are everywhere. but you have to be flying at the right altitude, and I'm using that word specifically with the element of air here for an air sign. Think of the higher stratospheres, right? The higher layers of the atmosphere. That sort of altitude, you not only see the signs, but hopefully, if your emotions are balanced, feeling the, doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, that you're able to actually interpret it from the highest perspective. Because even if the signs are there and you're burnt, it's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, 11/11, I know what it means. Right? So you might be getting the signs, but are you interpreting them? That's where we have free will, right? The mind comes up with so many narratives and so many projections of things that may or may not be true, all right? So for this new beginning, sure, follow the signs, but also follow the signs intuitively. That if it's like, ugh, I'd rather be nibbled by mice, then maybe the intuition is take a nap. And I'll never forget Carolyn Mace, who I love. Carolyn Mace, PhD, in her lecture on intuition, I forget which one. You can probably find it on YouTube. She says, misery is a form of intuition. Right? I was like, whoa, it blew my hair back. It's like, yeah, if you're really miserable in something, that's your soul saying, we're moving on, with or without you, you might as well come with. So element of water seems to be really featured here with that Amazonite card there. I know people are going to say it's Amazonite, but when you were in New Age metaphysical pagan retail for decades, you just roll with it. Please take a nice deep breath. As we call upon the beloved higher selves, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, who live in that altitude that this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs needs in order to see and correctly interpret the signs and synchronicities that surround them. Please, what is their element of water? The emotion, the energy in motion to fuel the spell with this fire, new beginning, earth, Amazonite, air, seeing the signs for this new moon to full moon in September 2021. Back to what you love. This totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. Back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. Go to the beach, go to the woods, go to the park, go in your yard if you can, if you got one. Put your feet, unless, it's freezing where you are. I know the seasons are different in the different hemispheres, I'm aware. I was raised by a teacher, I know. But, get out there. Go hug a tree. Go do something. Get back to what you love, even if nature isn't, I'm not a big camper. I'm not usually a happy camper. It depends. It really depends on the situation and the equipment that you got. Oh, I love to get away for a day. Hither Hills, anybody? Somebody suggested I go there. I'm like, I'm not driving that far to the end of Long Island. But beautiful, right? But beach camping, so down. Get me a shower, get me something to have coffee in the morning, I'll be fine. But even that reset, even if you don't even leave the house, to take this opportunity, maybe for just the first part of this new moon, to get that this situation, the signs, the synchronicities are giving you the opportunity to rest, to heal, to reevaluate what it is that you really want. And I don't just mean up here. I mean here and here, right? Bringing that together, so that this new beginning really gives you that clean slate that you've been working for, but so that, not that you cross every T and dot every I, but that you can flow with this in a way from the highest perspective that you can have, and understand there's always going to be a higher truth. There's always going to be a higher truth. As high and mighty as we think we are and what we understand, we're all one. There's even a higher perspective than that until we merge with the grand singularity, and much for YouTube, don't you think? Yeah. Here we go. Last card down, your element of spirit, the healing mantra deck by Matt Kahn. This will be the energy one, spirit, energy, to charge it, right? So you got your fire, your earth, your air, your water. So you cast for it. You say the mantra, and then every day, a little bit or a lot of it, as the signs show you, work this mantra to keep it charged and you in alignment with it. It is, after all, a healing mantra deck. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, I feel you. my beloved Ascended Masters. We're just going to say General Assembly because this new beginning could be for absolutely anything in a general read, right? So what is the element of spirit, the perfect healing mantra for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs that they can focus their mind on? Fixed air Aquarius, with this new beginning that let this magic in their spell clear the space in which they dwell with a Amazonite, whether they can get a hold of it or not. I mean, really, anything will work, but it's really that message of perception and clarity and rest and healing to bring them into emotional balance so that they can not only see the signs that the healing angels are bringing to them. What would the healing angels of signs do but heal them so that they see the signs and they see the signs of their own healing as they get back to what they love. The current situation they're going through, this new to full, is giving them an opportunity to reevaluate what they want, particularly in a new beginning. That makes sense. Now you're at a new beginning. What do you want? What is the perfect healing mantra for them, please, my beloved Ascended Master, this new to full September 2021? Oh, my aqua lungs, grounding my energy. Oh, please, I could have picked a better card. For all of you. I mean, I love Aquarians. I feel like I've dated all of the gay Aquarians on Long Island. I know it's not true, it just feels that way. It's safe to be in my body. You know, you are not a body, you have a body. It is a vehicle, right? Like a car, like clothing, right? Like makeup, or like whatever. The house you're in, all of these things are essentially containers for the true, eternal, birthless, deathless, guiltless, sinless, reincarnating soul that you truly are, that is part of a higher self, right? Which ultimately all higher selves merge into the great singularity, all levels and consciousness and dimensions and overtones and all that, star seeds and whatnot. So to get that you were sent into this world to experience this world, you're going to get a new beginning. But grounding your energy is really about being in the present moment and, of course, feeling safe to be in a body. So it is safe to be in my body. I'm going to book this because Matt Kant, it's his deck. He says it better than I can. I may be able to interpret, but I really love his work. Check it. Grounding my energy. It is safe to be in my body. When your energy is grounded, you're no longer wrestling with the pain of the past or chasing after future potential outcomes. Those future potential outcomes are going to come to you eventually anyway. So chasing them, it gives you that treadmill effect. It's a divine timing thing. And that's why seeing the larger signs, sometimes people will see a sign of something that they really want and think that it's coming that very second. I've been there. No tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. I've been there. But to be like, okay, my signpost, if you've ever driven to Florida, right, from New York, it's like, 300 miles to south of the border. You're like, yay, chili and fireworks, sometimes at the same time. Where did I leave off here? You dare to demonstrate your very best attributes and qualities, no matter how you are perceived or received by others. Very much the freaks of the zodiac that Aquarians are. You didn't come in to impress anybody else. You didn't come in to get anybody else's approval. You have the approval of the divine, otherwise you wouldn't be here. With your energy grounded, your mind can relax and your body becomes a more enjoyable environment to inhabit. Boom. You're not your body. It's an environment. It's an environment that the divine sent a piece of itself in to explore this world and create. This mantra is ideal for replacing compulsive thoughts. Fixed air, anyone? Releasing addictive behavior. Fixed air, anyone? Thoughts can be very addictive. And finding stability, which is all that I want for any of my aqua lungs, is for you not to have the stability of a Virgo, because, you know, only 1/12 of the population is apparently blessed with that. Look, better a smart ass than a dumbass, right? That's what I tell my mom. That's what I told her, I think, since I was a little kid. Well, better a smart ass than a dumbass. That you really have the ability to ground this with such peace, to follow the signs and not have to worry so much about it all. It's safe to be in my body, right? It is safe to be in my body. It is safe to be in my body because, you know, and I say this to clients all the time. I'm like, well, how do you feel about reincarnation? And they're like, oh yeah, I remember a bunch of my past lives. I'm like, so what are you worried about? What are you worried about? Mud, flood, burned at the stake, right? Eaten by hyenas, whatever. Lion King, pick your Disney movie, I don't care. Swindled by a sea witch. You come back. You come back and you know, it's like our favorite video game. We just keep coming back to play it, and while we're here, we're like, I'm never coming back. And then we pop out and go, yeah, but you know, dark chocolate with sea salt, that was lovely. So have you tried Starbucks yet? Let me put it. Let's keep it light, folks. It's my birthday weekend. Let me give you the final blessing. The final blessing. Please take a nice deep breath. That sounded ominous. And I'm in too much of a good mood to be ominous. As I call upon my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved, and the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism, please may the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this magnificent new moon in Virgo on such a high holy day of my birthday, to the full moon in September, that they can ground their energy because it's safe to be in their body, getting back to what they love. This situation of getting back in their body is giving them the opportunity to reevaluate what it is that they really want. And there are signs everywhere, there's signs. But to rise high enough, to fly high enough, feeling safe in the body, to be the hero on the journey of their soul's evolution, following the signs, inner and outer, going with the flow a bit more, which they're more able to do. If they can get a piece of amazonite or something similar, or at least just breathe in the understanding that physically they need to rejuvenate, they need to rest, which for a new beginning does make sense, right? So that they are able to take the fresh step, the card of the Fool into the Magician, into the High Priestess, into the Tarot journey again, and let this magic in their spell clear the space in which they dwell, for the well-being of all air signs, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So motivate. And so it is. And really, can you go wrong with casting for a new beginning on a new moon? It's my birthday. I say you can. So if you liked the video, like it. You want more, subscribe. You feel like commenting, please do. You want to read my book? You know how to do that. Link in the description box. You want to book me for a reading? Easy as pie, but you got to come to me. You have to come to the witch. The witch does not go door to door, and you'll never find me reaching out to people asking them if they want a reading. I've never worked that way. You gotta come to me. You come into my gravitational field, I will give you the best that I got. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Wishing you all the very best and the very, very blessed of this fabulous new moon on Monday. Light your torch and wave it for the new moon on my birthday. Simon LeBon, I almost booped his navel once while he was in concert, but I didn't want that to be how he met me. We should have met under calmer circumstances than that, and plus, you know, security. I have so many stories to tell. Woo! Anyway, wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of this new to full in September, my beloved aqua lungs, my beloved aquariums. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.